Dude, did you know you can subscribe to onlywrestlers.com and keep in touch with your favorite wrestlers? The party never has to end.
This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Heck yeah! It's Friday night TGIF, and it is live. We are live. I'm Dominic D'Angelo, and it is One of a Kind with I think it's STF. What initials is it? It's
DDP?
DDP.
No.
MVP. I'm close.
No.
I think. Hey, can you help me out? Who is it?
Rob Van Dam. Thanks, baby.
Heck yeah.
I love it.
That was perfect. I love it. Well, hey guys, Rob, how are you, man?
Super, dude. It's been a good week, productive week. Just had a show not too many days ago.
Yeah.
Bit tired. There's a lot of stuff going on in town right now. The rodeo's in town, which is a huge thing. And Katie and Dee went to a concert last night. And big medical. Lotto.
She used to be Lotto, now she's Lotto.
Oh.
She's a rapper.
Is that how caffeine in it? I was going to try to magnifying glasses. Anyway, and the Great Glasses in town. Today was the last day for the MJ BizCon.
Stimulant free.
Okay, I'm gonna take it then. Cool. And
So what we're doing tomorrow?
And tomorrow we're going to go to a UFC fight.
Are you?
WWE Celebrity Box.
No way. That's awesome.
We're gonna be up there pumping elbows with Trump.
Yeah, there you go.
Katie's never been, and every once in a while she mentions that she'd love to go, and so I said, well, let me check and see what we can do. I got a friend, and so we're looking forward to that tomorrow night.
That's
early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man. I don't even know who's on the card this week. I haven't checked, but that's pretty awesome.
You know what? I haven't either. Gotta look.
Yeah, sure.
We should be prepared so we know what signs to bring.
Chance to start. You can start chanting for her.
Yeah.
Have you been to a UFC event then, Rob, before?
Yeah. I used to hang out with a dude that was an MMA fighter, Justin McCauley. And I have been a few times with him. I might have even seen him fight, I think, one time. But that was a while ago. Where's he at now? But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to watch, you know. And I've also been to other MMA events that weren't UFC, but they were underground, if you will, kind of fights, and smaller promotions.
Yeah. Like,
I'm a fan. Yeah,
it is fun to watch, and I don't know a lot of the fighters, but it's like when my buddies would have we'd buy the pay-per-view and get together and stuff like that. I would always get really invested into it when watching it and stuff like that. It's such a wild sport to kind of think about, all those different styles coming into play and then applied into it in different ways.
When I lived in LA, I used to go to. In San Pedro, they had fights. Can't remember what they called the fight night, but it was in some bar in downtown San Pedro, and I was like, I don't think it was once a month. It was less than that, but when they'd come around, they'd come kind of regularly for a while, and that was cool. I saw actually I met Hoist Gracie there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean everyone lives in LA, so they would support this. It was a pretty cool event that everybody knew about.
Wow. Man, yeah, that's I mean, Gracie's they're the MMA royalty kind of deal,
Yeah, man, that's about as OG as it gets.
right?
Yeah.
I know I asked you this way early when we started the show. Uh, if MMA was as big as it was back when you were growing up, would that have been something you might have ventured into other than wrestling, or do you think wrestling would have drawn you over still?
I have like very little doubt when I was 18 years old and around that age, if MMA was around, I would have totally been into it.
Yeah.
That's what I was about at that age, was testing myself and finding out what I was good at, and I really enjoyed that kind of competition. Um, the closest thing to MMA was the movie Bloodsport, the
Yeah.
Kumite. The Kumite, because the thing about it, that's what it was. The big Samoan guy comes in there against the other little guy from, doing Thai, whatever. Everyone's got different styles. That really was. That was like a pre-real UFC, and then of course the MMA is a hybrid of all those different arts, and it's more what really works in a situation like that. It's more realistic stuff. So it took several UFC bouts, and it's still developing. I'm still seeing guys come up with new moves, running, jumping off the cage, doing backflips over the guy's legs when the guy's on his back and his legs are up, and they're still learning like new moves and new ways to move around in that cage. So it's fascinating. But before, that was the whole pitch, was who would win between a judo black belt and a boxer, and so that was what the first several UFCs were pitched as, and it was awesome, and way different styles. And now, yeah, everyone's kind of learned from each other's mistakes and from their strengths, and so the whole hybrid of MMA was just not around, not thought of, except for by the producers of Bloodsport.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love when I was kickboxing and looking to take on new sports and whatever. Then that would have been totally up my alley back then. And there was a time when I felt like I was at a crossroads, and I thought maybe I'll be a pro kickboxer if pro wrestling doesn't really work out. Because when I was schooling to wrestle, I was kickboxing, and then I started with the Sheik and stuff. Then I did the Tough Man contest and did a couple of those. And then I was thinking like, man, I seem to be pretty good at this too. Maybe I'll follow that up. We'll see what happens. And obviously wrestling took off for me, but I would have tried anyway to get into MMA for sure.
Yeah, and you kind of look at some of the people who have ventured in it from. Well, I know Ken Shermock started off as a wrestler, and then he got into MMA afterwards, I think. But then,
I don't know what he did before he became an actual pro wrestler. Do you?
No, that I'm not sure of. Yeah, I don't know what he did. Yeah, that's a good point, because I don't know what kind of like training or schooling he had before that to get into. But and obviously, but yeah, Bobby Lashley.
He might have come from that world and then wrestled, and then fit right back into that world. First time I met Ken Shamrock, he was wrestling under a name. Vince Torelli was the name that he used on these indie shows. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're in 1991. And I was looking at Vince Torelli in a dressing room, just doing like standing jumps, warming up before his match. And I was really impressed. He just looked really athletic. His build, of course, was incredible. And I might have said something to somebody. I don't know what prompted, but then somebody told me, like, dude, he won the last 5 Tough Man contests in a row here in Charlotte. He's a badass.
Man.
That's what I was told.
Holy shit, he was too. Man, and like what he brought to WWE, I thought like he was the guy. So I was a WCW kid when I was watching. I was in the NWO and all that stuff. But I remember he was, Stone Cold obviously drew me over a little bit, but it was Ken Shamrock first that really got me invested in the attitude era of WWE starting off. And so
cool. And was that when he was working with Steve Blackman?
When he was working with The Rock, actually, when The Rock was the Intercontinental Champion, I remember watching like Royal Rumble 1998, and they had a match, and I was like, dude, that guy's a fucking badass. And I was like, I love how he's just like flipping out and like beating the shit out of people. I was like, this is great. So yeah, definitely. Cool. Let's see. We got some folks in the chat. Maddie is in the house. Triple E is in the house. Frankie, he always asks the good questions. We got Melinda in here as well. So shout out to everybody here in the chat.
Let me say hey to everybody in the chat room and everybody watching, and smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them. Yeah.
Smoke with RVD. He's about to light up.
Heck yeah. And Rob, did you and Katie make an announcement that you'll be doing something special on Only Wrestlers at December 11th or something? You're doing
that is correct. That is next Wednesday. And we're going to be doing a live stream in the community chat, which is a big deal for us. We've been talking about it and working towards getting the chat room open, which it's open now. So we got a lot of people signed up. We got a lot of wrestlers, and we want everyone to show up that wants to be there for this live chat, so that we can talk about whatever we want to. But we got some stuff we want to share, and I want to hear from some of the people that are using OnlyFans and hear what they have to say. Give them a little info on what we got planned, coming up, but also other wrestlers, if you have questions and you want to pop in there and ask us, how to do something, stories, videos on your wall, whatever, dude, it is up and live. So have no other thoughts about it, because some people are still saying, when it gets up and running and stuff, let me know. Dude, we're up, running live, having fun with it. You may have seen we are sponsoring some of the or maybe all of the JCW shows, and they're a big part now of Only Wrestlers. They get it. So if you're a clown, you want to follow Joe Bruce and you want to follow JCW on Only Wrestlers. And they'll be telling you if they haven't already, because they're shooting all kinds of content. And it's a great way for him and his fans and his partner too, whoever, Shaggy, to stay in contact. So it's awesome for all the people, the wrestlers that want to use the platform to connect with their fans. Just tell them to follow you on there, and boom, the rest is already set up for you. So very cool. Why would we be doing that, dude? With the JCW, if you could show their schedule, I emailed that to you a little earlier. If there's a way you could pop it up here, I wanted just to put them over, because they are running such a busy tour that it has to separate them from the jokers that don't know what they're doing. They're running so many shows a month, so many months, and I don't even think it's going to stop at the end of the list. But are you able to show that?
Yeah, I have it on my phone right now, so I have all the dates. I'll email it to myself, and then I will pop it up on the screen, because there's a lot of good dates there, and they're making their rounds. They're going around here too. So
yeah, they are. So super impressed with them, and nobody else. Outside of maybe the Dub, and maybe I don't know how often AEW runs. I have no idea, but obviously those two would be considered, I guess, the two top companies that are running. No one outside of them is covering the map like ICP, like they're. With ICP and with JCW, the wrestling. So they're doing the wrestling shows. Then I guess they're probably having the concerts. I don't know if it's the same as a tour every night. I don't know. I'm not a tour manager, but they definitely got my support, and I'm getting as involved with them as I can.
Dude, that's the thing too about Violent J, is he gets it. Like he gets the marketing aspect of it all. He gets the wrestling aspect of it all. And like, you know, obviously you remember him from the early days too, but he's just like invested in the whole aspect of it all. And that's what's great to see about it.
Yeah, stoked to have him on Only Wrestlers because he's really going to help us get the word out, help explain it, and help show how cool it can be too. Because he's got some great stuff in mind to share with his fans.
Absolutely. So, all right. So here are some of the dates that you can check out. I put it up on Google Docs, and I'll
Boom! Look at that.
show
So
it.
we're already. What are we at? December. So they were in
19th.
St. Louis. They just did St. Louis, and
Yep, they just did St. Louis, and now they're headed to Detroit.
I think that was live streaming too. They live stream. I'm not really sure exactly where to find that, but Joe said, you know, try and catch it if you can.
That's JCW Lunacy is the name of the show, and you can go on. I believe it's ICP's actual YouTube channel to check it out.
And I like it. You know,
Yeah.
I watched it, and it's so cool. The graffiti on the canvas, and it matches like the whole venue. At least what I saw, there's like graffiti everywhere, and we gave it such a different look. But then when they had wrestling, their wrestling was pretty good. What I saw, I mean, Willie Mack was there, and well, you know, a lot of guys that we know, Colt Cabana.
Oh,
The guy that's Big Bishop, the funny one.
Yeah, I don't really know him, but Big Trouble. But we're fans of his Instagram.
oh,
7 foot tall dude. We recognized him watching the JCW show, and I was like, "Isn't that guy on Instagram?" Because we didn't know. I don't know. We didn't know where he was at or who he wrestled for or whatever. But he does a lot of funny. You know, when you tell your wife you're going to wrestle on the road, and then there's like a funny video or whatever, and so we're like, "Dude, isn't that him?" And then they started commenting that, yeah, he's a giant. He's a giant 7 foot dude. Fans know if you're listening. But anyway, yeah, they're jamming. You can see they're keeping busy. And so that's a lot of towns to get the word on Only Wrestlers out. Maybe we should do that with some other companies too. Hopefully all those fans will also sign up.
yeah. How about that? So yeah, they got dates booked all the way through February, and then there's more to come too. So throughout the summer and everything. Mm-hmm.
There's no stopping the juggalos.
Ain't no stopping. And two, here, I'm gonna try what I'm gonna do too is post the link in the chat. Hopefully that works. Maybe it won't. Okay, so I posted a link. That link that you guys see in the chat will be a link to get to their latest episode, which is the St. Louis episode that they were just at.
Nice.
So, like you were saying, Rob, and
I still gotta watch that one.
yeah. So you guys can watch that after this show. How about that?
I like the commentating too because it's more fun as an adult to hear them be like, you know, oh no, not this guy, he's a fucking dick. You know, sometimes it's really funny, and other times it's just like, man, that's a cool style, you know, the fucking so yeah, I like the show. RVD gives it 2 thumbs up.
Hell yeah. So check it out. You just go to ICP's YouTube page too if you don't see the link or anything like that, but check it out, and you check it out every week too because they stay steady on it. So
yeah, and by the way, in our chat room, the community chat center on Only Wrestlers, we have that feature going. I don't know if it is set up yet, but it will be by Wednesday. But so that, like, if other wrestlers are in there, you can click on their name and it'll take you to their profile.
yeah, hey, that's
Cool.
awesome. Yeah, you can't beat that. That's
all kinds of little things like that we're always adding, you know. Okay, well, what about user to user? Can they message each other, you know? Do they need to message each other, you know? Now they can chat in the chat room. But we're always like adding like little things and trying to figure out, should it be like this or that? Lovey, don't eat my protein bar.
She wants to get jacked.
Okay, she can't open it.
Well, guys, if you want to chat with us, feel free to use the super chat. You can do that over at rvdtv.com. That's where you can use the super chat and look at Lovey. You get the up close look at Lovey there.
Oh, look at the cute little angel.
So dark.
So cute, love.
She's a very good people person too. or people pooch. People pooch. He's a people pooch.
Sweet doggies.
Yeah.
She was running off with my protein bar.
Uh-oh.
Recovered.
Yeah, you got it. Oh, is that those lawyer bars? Is that what that is? Oh, the Think. Those are good. I've had those before. We sell those.
Yeah, they got like some crazy like sweet flavors for having 0 grams of sugar, but 20 grams of protein. You know what's funny is like sometimes a product will have like 9 grams of protein, and then they'll have it labeled, one of their selling points is high in protein.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you draw the line? But really it depends on, like for me, when I eat, especially if it's been a couple hours, I want to get at least 50 grams of protein in me, but someone like Katie, who weighs much less than me, doesn't need that much. So for her, 20 grams might be like a whole fucking serving, so, it depends on your weight, your size, and if you're eating for a reason, otherwise who gives a fuck?
Right. That's the thing too, is I'll be at Whole Foods and I'm like trying to look at protein bars and I'm like, which ones? But there's so many, they're just like 9. And the Think ones are like one of the rarities where there's like 0 sugar and you also can get like 20 grams of protein. So,
that's what I go for. 0 sugar, 20 grams of protein.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, but let's see what else I wanted to talk about before we get to something here. See if there's any super chats yet. No super chats, but feel free to use them. Helps out the show. If you're watching, you can tune in and subscribe at rvdtv.com, or be sure to subscribe to Rob Van Dam's YouTube channel as well. We are both on there.
What? Speaking of that, I gotta look and see when that date is for my demonetization appeal process.
Yeah.
I might miss it. Like they said, you're fucked until like December something, and then you can appeal it again. And if I sleep on this and miss it, they might say I don't have another chance till February or something. I might be like, well, fuck it, another 2 months, because I haven't been even hardly going to look at the comments. The fans can't. They can't do the tipping there. It's something that I care less. I still have a ton of footage from conventions and stuff that I want to either put together or send to YouTube Chris and have him put them together for my YouTube page. But we've been waiting for this date to come by to see if maybe they can lift a ban on me and believe that I own Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, right? That's the thing, too. It's you on here. So you should be able to use that stuff.
You would think.
Yeah, you would think. What was the other thing I was going to mention too about? But yeah, either way. Here we go. We do got a super chat from Frankie Turizo. $2. Thanks, Frankie. He says, who are some of your favorite guys to wrestle in All Japan?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Alternative erotic bowling event tonight.
Ooh.
Maybe I'm interested in an alternative erotic bowling event. She can't hear me.
Man. AEB.
Oh, TJ Perkins. You know who that is.
Oh, yeah. I know TJ.
He's got a show tonight at the Nerd Bar, and they have a bowling event.
No shit.
All righty, good to know. It's a fucking busy week. We already talked about going to UFC tomorrow, right? Wasn't that you? I was talking about that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that.
Look, that was a day ago. We had that conversation. All right. Anyway, All Japan. I really liked wrestling. Well, I liked wrestling the young boys because I could, be stronger than, I could look better squashing them or beating the shit out of them or have fun matches with them because they like my style and they like doing flipping and flying. And so a lot of times because of that, I'd be like, oh, cool, I got Shiga or I got what's that guy's name? Ogawa.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
That's what he does all the time. I don't know why, if he's got something in his lungs or what, but he's always like, Van Thompson, uh, you are very, very cool. No. I liked, what was that dude's name? I liked working with him. I forgot his name too. Damn. Dude in green trunks. And I liked.
Musawa?
Well, Masawa, I loved working with Masawa. I was going to get up to that, but I was mentioning the young boys. This guy's Asako is the guy. I couldn't think of his name.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, so I enjoyed the young boys because I was going to be able to do a lot more of my shit, and they were going to enjoy that too. So it was going to be more fun in that way. I liked Masawa because he was like top guy, superstar, but was also super cool, and I could get my shit in on him. When I was going to wrestle Kawada, I was going to pretty much get this shit kicked out of me. And then if I started doing some of my moves, he was just going to tag out. And also, you know, there was Taue. Kabashi, I like being in there with Kabashi. I like the chance that I like the way that a lot of it back then, we didn't talk about a lot of the match. So when you're out there, you're doing like what we would call catch can. And you know, like fucking go like you're gonna lock up with somebody, but then like jump down and then like grab their leg and try and leg dive them as a shoot. You know what I mean? Like that whole part of it, a lot of people don't do anymore, but that was actually fun part of it. We would tag in and out several times and not be anywhere near the part of the match where we knew what was going to happen. We would just be having fun, warming up, tagging, working with each other. And so, you know, through a lot of that stuff, it was cool. I'll always remember with Masawa, he went to throw a spin kick, and I was able to duck under it and go in and dive at his leg. And I was just like, man, I bet that looked like I knew what I was doing. But you do, especially after you're doing it for a while, and you can, you know, learn to get in what you can and you look good. And that's a lot of times where some of the competition comes in that people would never even think about, you know. And I've never understood why my peers think that because they get hurt that makes wrestling real.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hate that F word myself because it's insulting. Then people say, is it fake? But the answer that wrestlers always give is like, how'd I tear my ACL if it's fake? Well, that just means you fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be a ballet dancer and then twist your ankle, and does that all of a sudden mean the ballet dance wasn't choreographed?
Right.
So I don't get that. I don't get that, why they feel so good about saying that. But my whole career, I've always listened to people saying, oh, fake? 12 stitches right there. So what, man? That means you fucked up. You're probably doing something that you shouldn't be doing because it's out of your realm and you suck at it. And we talk about that later, maybe. But anyway, I've never got that. But when you're doing the catch can and you're trying to look good, and guess what? You are attracting the people. You're entertaining them, whether it's your charisma or whether it's your cool personality or whether it's your violent atrociousness or whatever that vibe is that you're putting out there from you, creating this personality in the wrestling ring. Guess what? That is competition. You know, I'm wrestling against this guy. One of us is going to be moving forward on the card and filling up that spot, challenging for the championship or whatever. I want it. You think this guy doesn't want the same spot? You think he doesn't want it more than me? You think he doesn't want to make more money than me? You think that he's going to say, oh, no, pay Rob more. Fuck no. You know, that's the kind of shit that makes it competitive, is we're individually doing what we can to stand out, to get as high as we can, no pun intended, in our careers. And guess what? We compete by being the best at what we're doing. That makes it real competition, not the fact that I broke every one of these fingers in my hand. You know, so what? So so what? That's like I mean, I can talk to stuntman in movies that give you a big injury list of when they crashed the car into the building, and they got this and this and this. Does that mean that the crash wasn't set up, that it was real? Fuck no. So you don't get anywhere with me by taking that perspective. I don't know if it works on other people, then they go, well, I guess the action's real, but it's choreographed. Dude, the way I just explained it to you, we're all out looking for ourselves, wanting to get ourselves ahead. And you know who gets ahead? The guys that are the most selfish.
Yeah, that's it. That's totally it. Because there's a competition that's still in the ring, and it's going on. Like, maybe the outcome is predetermined or whatever it is, but what goes on between you guys and gals, it's a competition. You're trying to make yourself stand out, not just from a wrestling in the ring standpoint, but persona, everything like that. And that certainly is not, fake. So it's definitely it. Good stuff. Good question too, Frankie.
Did I mention everybody? I mean, I liked working Kamara, Ben Peacock, Kamala too. I liked working Danny Crawford. I didn't really like working with Stan very much because it was going to hurt and needlessly. He was just going to be careless, and but I prefer tagging with him, even though he would still sometimes fucking hurt me. I've told this story lots of times. At one time, I'm in the ring, the legal guy in the ring, and when I came close enough with my back to the corner, Stan just came in for no reason, and he pushed on the side of my head, pushed me out of the way sideways, and it kinked my neck. And that's him just coming in to get himself over so he can look like he's a big aggressive bull, because he really is. There's nothing professional about that. It fucking snapped my neck. It was kinked for like a week. It fucking hurt. Like every match, I was like, fuck, that's going to hurt doing the frog splash. And then, fuck, man, why do you have to do that? He don't give a fuck. He's out for himself, just like a lot of people.
Man,
yeah. I mean, it's like, like I was saying, we all are to an extent. But when it comes like that, he wants everyone to know he's a bull in a China closet or whatever they say, and you're the glass.
Yeah. I know that's the thing, is like you want to still take care of the opponent in the ring and everything like that. It's part of the job with a lot of people.
He is his partner, not even his opponent. You know what I mean? But anyway, Bobby Duncan Jr., I love that guy. And I also liked wrestling him. I liked wrestling guys I could build too, like by having like their best matches, which of course is a lot of people, but I've been wrestling in Japan since I was really green. And it took a while till I got to the point where I'm taking everybody's finishes the best and shit like that.
Yeah. That's the thing too, is making it all work. So I like it.
It's official. The holidays are around the corner. That means lights, gifts, and get-togethers. So, Mando, you're going to love it. I love Mando. I think it's the perfect thing. Rob loves it too. I got the Mount Fuji, and big fan of it. I got the deodorant stick. I got the bar of soap. I got the dude wipes. You cannot beat Mando. Why is Mando the MVP? It's clinically proven 72-hour odor control, safe for the whole body, pits, package, feet, and everywhere in between. Stop odor before it starts. Choose from 3 formats: invisible spray, solid stick, and invisible cream. So the spray is super easy application, while the stick, it's a familiar favorite. That's my personal favorite. I like that one a lot. But you also have the cream too, which is like a lotion that you can rub into in hard to reach areas. So you know where those areas are. But it's available in 4 cologne quality scents: bourbon leather, Mount Fuji, like my favorite, Pro Sport, and Clover Woods. So yeah, Mount Fuji's got, the neat thing about these scents, they're not overpowering. It's just like cool, low-key kind of scents that's almost like you're going to a low-key party and hanging out. You can't beat it. But we got a special offer. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code and link. Use code RVD at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. So yeah, anytime I go out, I sure to use the Mando deodorant stick. I love the Mount Fuji scent. It's not like you're punching somebody in the face with a overpowering smell, but you smell good and you feel good too and confident about it too. So I love the Mount Fuji. So the whole body deodorant Mando is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body, like the pits, the packages, the grundle, the balls, the taint, belly buttons, butt cracks, stinky crevices, stomach folds, and feet. So how about that? You can use it anywhere. And then Mando's starter pack is the perfect for new customers or to secure some last-minute stocking stuffers, which I did exactly. I did this exactly with this promo code. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. Lucky, I have a discount code for you to get hooked on my favorite smelling whole body deodorant like the Mount Fuji on the market. New customers get $5 off starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code RVD at shopmando.com. SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them that One of a Kind with RVD sent you. Don't let the meat sweats get you this holiday season. Your family and friends, hey, they'll thank you.
Oh, I wanted to talk about. So WWE made it official today that Jesse Ventura will be commentating on Saturday night's main event. So he's back in the mix. Want to get your thoughts on Jesse Ventura overall, and what do you like about, if you do like about him, what do you like about him as a commentator and stuff, and what he brings?
Yeah, I think that's cool for the retro value of it. I grew up watching Saturday night's main event, is a big fan, and I love hearing Jesse Ventura talking, commentating. Him and Vince McMahon doing play-by-play. That was the shit. I didn't know Vince owned the company back then. A lot of us didn't know, but the way they would play off of each other, that was the heel babyface split that helped us understand everything about wrestling. Right up there with Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. Fuck yeah. And what I like about him, there's a lot to like about Jesse. He was always the cool guy. It was always the heel. In an entertaining way, watching him commentate. If the straight guy commentator was to say, "My God, look at him completely cheating with behind the ref's back," and Jesse could be like, "What? I didn't see anything." Then that kind of shit was funny. Like he didn't see it, or he would make up excuses for what he almost slipped, and then he caught, he was losing his balance, and then he happened to catch him and on the rope. That was good for you. He would make up funny shit and make it sound like looking at it from that perspective was right, and he would do it in a heel way. So I really liked all of that. Thinking of him, it's hard to not think about the union thing because that's been brought up so many times. That he allegedly was going to get a union together, and the Hulk Hogan stooged him off, blah, blah, blah. I'm not mad at anybody for that on any side. On Hogan's side, okay, yeah, of course, what did he owe Jesse to not stooge him off if he's closer to Vince anyway, and that's his job and that's his company. You know what I mean? Like that's his, he was in the driver's seat. But anyway, by the way, I did have Jesse commentate on one of my WCW matches that I know of.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Ooh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
I remember I ran and I jumped up to the top rope in the middle, with balance like that, and jumped back. And I think, and Jesse said, he's like a flying Luenda.
That's going to be the name of this episode. Now, did you get to meet him and interact with him at all?
I think maybe just shook his hand. I definitely never got to know him. I liked it when he was governor. I like his political beliefs, like he's not out there he's not afraid to go ahead and expose the government Even though a lot of this stuff, if you start talking about the elite that really run everything, people aren't even ready to hear that yet, you know.
Yeah.
But when you got a guy inside telling you about it, it gives it a little credit.
Oh, 100% does. Yeah. I always think too about the George Carlin bit where he's like, it's a big party and you ain't in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, he's always been vocal, you know, about how he believed cannabis should be legalized way before it was. And his open-mindedness when it comes to drugs and certain other civil liberties and what we should and shouldn't have is that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. No doubt about it. Yeah, I'm always a big fan of Jesse. I think he's I love his voice. He just got
And he was in Predator.
He was in Predator, man.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. And he was in Running Man. I love the Running Man.
Bye, DB. Have fun. Love you.
Guys. Well, yeah, so that's awesome. I interviewed him 2 years ago. So maybe what I'll do is I'll download that interview and put it on our podcast feed as an extra bonus for everybody. So
you know, when I did the video game, we just talked about this the other day, the game, Saints Row.
Yeah.
Jesse was a big inspiration for the voice that I did.
No way, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it sounded like. It's been years since I've done it, but I was thinking about how Jesse sounded to me when he was commentating, and then maybe just put a little more force into it. But the whole thing, the way that I remember it, was like, Jesus Christ, there's mayhem everywhere. It's exploding. I don't know. It was the influence anyway. Not trying to sound exactly like him, but however it did sound, I don't know. I never played the game.
I never have either. What character did you play?
I can't remember. I think my name was Bobby.
Yeah.
I think I was just a commentator from what I remember. And Bobby, can't remember.
That's awesome.
Questions for the fan room.
Yeah. If you guys
and I was in 3 of them, I think. I think there was a 2 and a 2.5, maybe, or something. But
yeah.
Anyway, that was a lot of fun, though, reading through that dialogue.
I bet that's a blast. Do you always kind of want to do more voice work? Would that be something you'd be
voice work is fun? Yeah, I don't like my own voice. I understand that that's common with a lot of people. They don't like their own voice, but it is fun, and I would definitely be cool with doing more of it. With one thing that you do, like when you're doing movies, it's called ADR, and it's you know what that is?
I've heard of it before. I can't remember what that stands for though. ADR.
Right. Okay. I think it might be automatic dialogue replacement.
That's
or automatic digital
automated dialogue replacement ADR.
But sometimes it's not just dialogue, but you'll also do sound effects and stuff, you know. So like I do a lot of, like when I do fight scenes, I'll have to go to the studio afterwards and time it, you know, and watch it. So I can go, yeah, it's fun to do, but you're doing that while you're watching. The first time you've seen a cut of your fight scene, and then they time it with you so that like if there's one thing that they need you to do because they didn't get the noise on it or whatever, and there'll be like 3 beeps, like beep, beep, beep. And then on the 4th one is where you say the line or something when you do the ADR, you know, go beep, beep, beep. Around the 4th one, that's when you're like, Dominic, matches the lips or whatever. It's fun. I like the whole process. It's fun. I always wonder with cartoons how hard that is to match the lips up to the dialogue. Yeah. You know?
That's such a fascinating thing, like, especially back in the day when like cartoonists are sketching it out and like then what the voice has to line up or whatever. It's just
Right.
wow,
Yeah.
what a process, man.
Yeah.
So okay, so that was cool stuff. What else did I want to touch upon? Oh, so we talked last week about, I think it was last week, about we mentioned that CM Punk like took upon himself to be kind of like the locker room leader in the ECW version, the WWE version of ECW. Well, Trick Williams, who was at NXT, he ended up having some comments on Punk about how Punk actually is really helping out people in the back. And so this is the quote he had. I didn't get who he was being interviewed by, but this is what he said. I didn't meet CM Punk until after the rumors about his character were brought about from other places. I didn't know what to expect when I met him, but all I'm going to say is that dude, Punk, man, good dude, like solid. You can just tell when some people are just genuine, and he's very genuine. And then he says he takes pride in helping us, the next generation, to become the superstars that we need to be. He gives us real advice, too. He talks about how to handle yourself in the ring, outside the ring, with everything that it takes to become a superstar, even closer to the day's time when we are dealing with different stuff like social media and how to handle everything that comes with being a superstar in 2024 that other superstars didn't really have to deal with all that way. He's been very helpful for a lot of us. So kind of is taking on that locker room leader aspect you were talking about, Rob. So it's kind of neat to see it again, like guys like him helping out the younger talent and kind of doling out some advice in that way. So,
well, since you said that, I'm going to do the same right now, and I'm going to help everybody in the business by making a new rule which you must comply with. So I'm using my leverage that I've earned, my position in this industry, to make this rule that you all have to apply by, and it's going to make the business better. It's going to make it good again. And the rule is you have to stay in your own fucking realm. I watch all these botch spots on Instagram, and nobody's perfect, but there's so many. And the reason is, and that's why a lot of times I repost them, because it's people doing shit that's not in their realm. And I'm making a rule right now that you have to abide by, okay? If you suck at something, don't fucking do it. If you're not good at a move, don't do it until you're good at it. So now when we see these things with the weak ass little chair shots, and we see somebody, no selling, big space, there's no contact, this and that, it's because everybody tries to do everybody else's fucking moves, and it's stupid. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should not be doing power bombs and shit. If you weigh 400 pounds, you should not be taking a 360 bump when you get clotheslined. All right. People have their realms, and it should be just like in life. You learn the foundation of wrestling. If you spent enough time in wrestling school or at that beginning stage of your career, if you spent enough time learning the actual fundamentals of wrestling, you wouldn't have time to be walking on the top rope and doing hurricane ranas and this and that. You wouldn't have time for it. That's the way I got trained. If I was doing any of that because Sheik was gone for a minute because he went in to use the bathroom, so I'm doing cross bodies or whatever, that was fun for me. But as soon as he'd come back, it was back to locking up and going behind and headlock and arm bar and reversals. And it was all about getting closer and being tight in with each other. And it was all about trying to beat the guy and trying to pin him, trying to get his back on the ground. If it is, to dive on him. And now in school, when you start out, you're learning how to do a hurricane run off the top rope. You're learning how to do a 450. You're learning how to go from the top rope to fly to the outside. That is not part of how wrestling school should be. Just like in life, all right? When you start out in life and you're a baby and then you're a little kid, guess what? You don't have your own personality yet. You're still very moldable. You learn the basics, you learn how to crawl, you learn how to walk, you learn how to talk, right? Pretty soon you start picking up things from other people. And if you hear a fact quoted by your dad or whatever, that becomes part of your knowledge. If you hear a joke, that becomes your joke. And you use that in public when someone asks if you have any jokes. Why? Because you don't have your own personality yet. Not till you go through life and you study all of that and first learn how to just be a regular person. Learn the foundation, learn the fundamentals, the actual basics, the most important part that's left out almost completely now. If you just like with life, if you just learn how to feed yourself and all that, and don't worry about whether you're going to get a tattoo and how you're going to wear your hair. You're a fucking baby. Give it some time, right? And then you go through life and then you get there. And then guess what? All babies look alike. They're all twins. But guess what? Eventually, they'll start looking different. They'll start having their own looks, their own different personalities. That's the way that you should approach wrestling too. You should learn how to lock up and go behind and pin. And that's the rule that I'm making right now, is that it's everybody that's trying to do everybody else's moves. No. If you suck, you should not do the move. Not on TV. Unless you're good at it, don't do it. We talked about me punching, right? My punches used to suck. And because I would do them on TV, that would stand out of my entire match. I'd have a kick-ass match, all these moves in ECW, and then somebody would say afterwards something about, someone finally said, I think it was Sabu, said, don't throw punches, just throw forearms. And I said, well, that makes sense. Until I learn how to punch, that's what I'm going to do. Blackjack Lanza taught me to punch. And since like 2002 or so, I love my punches better than they're my favorite punches. And people don't even notice, like they might. But if you look at anything since then you'll see what I'm talking about. The fact that you don't notice is because, boom, that polished off everything that I needed. Don't forget, if you suck, don't do the move. If you suck at the move, if you're not good at the move, don't do it. Don't do it on TV. Not everybody belongs using the chairs as the art form that it is. We do a lot of impressive shit with it. It doesn't mean everybody can do it. And it's probably the agent's fault. The agents are probably setting up the matches, thinking of the storyline and just thinking this is something anybody could do. How about, we have a heel run in behind the ref's back and do something cheap, but also keep this in mind. Are they going to suck doing the moves? Because if so, take it out.
Yeah.
That's my contribution to CM Punk's contribution.
I like it. And you know what, Rob? I was thinking about the comparison it could be too, is it's almost like when you do stand-up comedy, a lot of like famous comics, they'll go to just a small club, just to work new material. And it's not being televised. They're not doing it on a special. It's yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like, just know where you're at.
Comedy store, there used to be surprise guests all the time because of that reason. They just stop in to work on some new jokes or whatever, and then they would just work them into the rotation. So there was certain nights you'd go there, and just for hours and hours, you could just see this fucking rotation of a huge mega star lineup sometimes there. But anyway, not everybody should do everybody's moves. So on Instagram, a lot of times that's exactly what I'm thinking when I repost it. Why is this 450-pound guy trying to run and dive over the top rope? Don't do it, dude. Everybody else does that. So why do it? Everybody does a chop fight back and forth. So why do it? Why do something that everybody else does unless you're talking about working on the fundamentals, because that is what holds wrestling together.
100%, Rob. Great stuff, man. Yes. If CM Punk's helping you out, let RVD help you out too here.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
My rule.
Yeah. I love it. If there's anything else I wanted to cover. Let me take a look at my page here.
All the botches that I see it's always because of that That is a move that person should probably try after they've been wrestling another 5 years. That's, a lot of times that's what I think. And it's like, it's not just a story that anybody could fill their shoes. You know what I mean? Like that's why they used to call the moves that we did our special moves, because they were special because we did it. Now, not so special.
That's the thing, Rob. I think about how significant everybody's finisher was back in the day. Alexa, be quiet. I think about how everybody's finisher was so special and felt like, oh my God, here comes a 5-star frog splash. Oh my gosh, here's a rock bottom. Here's a stone cold stunner. But now it's like I even have trouble a lot of the times remembering what people's finishers are like on the mainstream, because it's like it all just blends together. Nothing feels significant anymore.
No, and because they don't sell, I saw, I'm not going to name them. You probably know who I'm talking about. Some of you, if you saw it too, but I saw this spot. The caption was like, okay, this no selling has gone too far or something. And dude gives guy a Canadian destroyer. Boom. He stands right up, hits the ropes, gives the Canadian destroyer back. Boom. He stands right up, hits the ropes, comes at him and does like a pile driver or something. And maybe gets up and then decides to kind of half sell or something. Why sell? And how do you, when you're doing that? No, people aren't buying that. That's not compelling in a way that draws people in to. I mean, they can feel what you're going through if they actually see you. Boom, taking a DDT on your head, bam, and then you're down, and then you can't even get up because that fucking killed you. They can imagine that. They can experience that with you when they see it. If you take everybody's finish and keep popping up, they don't get that. You've lost everybody.
That's it.
You've lost everybody. Nothing makes sense anymore. And then why all of a sudden take half a cell and drop to a knee after you're done with your fucking running fucking comeback opening spot in the finish?
Right. That's it. Where would you say you learned a lot, like, of your selling at, for the most part? Where did you kind of hone it most of the time and be more cognizant of it? Was that just always instilled in you?
No, Ron Slinker, the same guy that gave me the name, Rob Van Dam, he told me about, you got to show the people where it hurts, So, boom, you get hit in the jaw, you fucking feel your jaw. It's that fucking simple, and a lot of people don't get it. But you play off of that. And he told me that the best guy to watch was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He said, you watch Ricky Steamboat when he sells, and I'd watch him. If he gets chopped, bam, he's ooh, and a lot of people, they don't. And so then the people don't get as emotionally involved with them because they can't relate and connect in the same way that they could if they just were better at what they do, in my opinion. If they just did things different, to connect with the fans and to bring them into what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's you get poked in the eye. Oh, son of a, what are you gonna do? Not hold your eye? Like, ow, that's not very natural.
No. And Rob, it's neat to go back and watch you in your matches, because then I'm very cognizant of it. You make it like everything you do in the ring. It's like, I think I was watching your match with Ric Flair when you guys wrestled on Raw or something like that, and everything that happened in that, it was like, man, Rob is just reacting to everything. Like, whether you're in a submission hold or something like that, somebody's got you tangled in the ropes and they're choking you or something. It's like, there's so much attention to detail when it comes to that. And then you just notice that difference when it comes to like somebody else, if they're working in a ring and they don't do something, it just stands out all the more and it just takes you out of it. And it's just like, man,
I'm going to be NXT's next instructor.
I like it.
Yo, Rob, we're going to take a quick time out just to say that this week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed. Get Blitzed Lit Aid Nano Infused THC Syrup is a premium cannabis infused syrup formulated with nanotechnology for fast acting effects. And that advanced nanotechnology formulation allows for quicker onset and enhanced potency compared to regular THC syrup. It's Delta 9 and legal in all 50 states, every single one. And you have several syrups to choose from Blue Raz to key lime pie to pina colada to tiger's blood to cherry to grape. Just head to get-blitz.com, use promo code RVD, and get 15% off your whole order. Could be a bottle, could be a bundle, your choice. But yes, head to get-blitz.com, use promo code RVD, and it is by Mickey Ray Sinatra and Courtney. Take a look. Head to get-blitz.com, promo code RVD, get 15% off. It's one of a kind, baby.
Oh man, Rob, speaking of this is a great segue because they just announced literally like probably about an hour before we started recording.
But let me say this too, though, to tag on to what you just said. When I was training in 89, 90, Sabu said, when somebody shoulder tackles, there's more than just one bump. He said there's, boom, there's the impact of shoulder to shoulder, and then boom, then you go back, and then there's another impact where your back hits the mat, boom, and it's like boom, boom. There's two, not just one. And that's part of like what we're talking about. What made me cognizant of every time you get thrown into the turnbuckle, boom, that's your back hitting the turnbuckle. It's not just repositioning you or relocating you so that we can have you in the corner. It's actually a move. You just ran into these three steel turnbuckles that are pointed at you from the corner post, and you just fucking rammed right into it. Bam. So those are some boom, someone punches you, but if you take a bump from it, there's also the bump on the mat. So I just wanted to say that, but go ahead.
No, that's great though, because I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I think about getting punched in the mouth and then taking the bump down, but I wouldn't think about like, oh, I got to sell because I landed on my shoulder too. I would have thought like more my mouth, But that's awesome. No, that's like that's 4D chess right there. I like that. So what WWE announced is WWE LFG, which LFG, let's fucking go. But this is what it stands for: Legends. Future greats that's what it stands for.
I like it so far. What is it?
So this is what it is. WWE Legends and Future Greats will offer viewers an inside look at the rigorous training process featuring iconic WWE legends such as Paul Triple H Levesque and Shawn Michaels, and weekly regular coaches. And they name Undertaker, Booker T, Mickey James, and Bubba Ray Dudley as they mentor a new generation in weekly matches on their quest to become the next WWE superstars. And then they say the executive producers for it are Triple H, Lee Fitting, Shawn Michaels, Jeremy Borash, Ben Hauser, Elena Fronstein Bryant, and Brad Abrahamson. And that's going to be on A&E. So kind of they're going to peel back the curtain and give you a little bit of inside look at how their training process goes down there and stuff.
Yeah, dude, they're growing so much. They're like picture like a bagel with cream cheese on it and another bagel with cream cheese, and WWE's the cream cheese in the middle, and you put those two together and just squeeze it and watch it all ooze out, but it all has a place to go. Like they're on top of it. It's going to grow, and they're going to keep making more room, just staying ahead of the water flow, so it always has somewhere to go. And they're going to be opening up companies and finding a way to keep the momentum and the money and the business and the interest all going. And that's how I see fucking this whole TKO WWE, mostly because that's what I know most about. But they're just going to keep growing, and they're going to keep finding new ways and places to put that growth, and it's fucking awesome. So for me, that's why I'm stoked to be kind of back under their umbrella, as opposed to not being presently with them while I'm off doing other things with other companies.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I think about all the different things that they've been doing, and we've been mentioning them on the show, is like the NIL, like the
bagels.
Bagels, yes. Well, I love bagels though too. Man, I could go for an everything bagel right now. But WENIL, then with the WEID with the independent wrestling stuff. Oh my gosh, what's the other one that they just? Oh yeah, the ID, and then this now too. It's just there's so much that they're reaching out and like they're pulling stuff in and making it feel really really cool. And like I think about like this is probably going to be not to the level like a competition where it's a reality show, but like get you behind the curtain like the Tough Enough did and stuff like that, where it's just they'll show you the process and. It'll be a really, really neat thing that fans can really latch onto and be like, oh, that person was on LFG, and I want to follow their career along. So it's a really, really neat
I want
concept.
to follow them on Only Wrestlers.
On Only Wrestlers, exactly. So cool stuff, yeah. So I thought that was a neat little announcement.
I have some interest though in helping out. You know, I was me and Katie were talking about that earlier. I never thought I would have before, but like I said, if someone's not at zero and it's just pointing out things that I see that can make them better, I do that all the time anyway. So I could see doing that, especially with the big welcome vibe. You know, like you're welcome here anytime. It's that really encourages that as well. Me feeling like, oh, maybe I could see me sometime, maybe, you know, lending a hand in that way, doing that. But I couldn't see that before, and now I can. And so Katie says about Common, she wants to see me commentate, and I'm like, I still can't see that one. Like I can't imagine acting like I'm really excited about something I'm watching that is not exciting me at all. I don't think that's for me.
That's a tough thing to kind of do too. It's just like be on there and like, oh my god, look at that, and like it's a different element for sure. But yeah, you'd be a hell of a trainer, that's for sure. Like giving the pointers and everything like that, you know. I don't think you'd be bad at commentary though either.
But I'd be like, why did the ref just count? Like the shoulder clearly wasn't fucking up, and like, oh, she thought she kicked out just because she kicked her legs, but she left her shoulder. Can we rewind that? Rewind that. No rewind. All right, fuck it.
No rewind. What? It's like JR. You sometimes see how he kind of slides it in there when he's doing commentary. Now he'll be like, well, I don't understand why they did that. Like he'll say stuff like that right out of the blue. It's just like
I like it when they're honest about like, you know, maybe a partial connect there. I don't think he got him all the way. Like wanted to. I mean, why not?
That's it. You can't. Yeah. You don't want to fool the.
We're seeing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying, "Oh my God, did you see that? That hit came way out of left field." Like, come on, are you watching the same show we are?
Right. Like, what the hell? All right. Let me do a little advertising here. But in the meantime, while I get that up, I wanted to also, yes, like Rob said earlier, be sure to sign up for Only Wrestlers if you're tuning in and you haven't heard about it. OnlyWrestlers.com.
10,000 people watching.
We have, let me take a look here.
Tune in and tune on.
We currently have 6,300 and growing at the moment. So if you guys are tuning in right now, yeah, be sure to sign up for OnlyWrestlers.com. Get early in on the process. There's already like over 7 pages, I think, of wrestlers right now. You can check it out. And there's so much that you can kind of do, and you can sign up early and get in free with a free subscription to Rob's channel and to Katie's channel, and many more talents are joining in on that. So be sure to join in and get early in on that process. So yes, that's a big thing to look out for. Also, wanted to also mention you can subscribe to our podcast feed anywhere you get it. So you just type in One of a Kind with RVD. Get a good rating on Spotify or on Apple iTunes, whatever they call it now, and so help support the show. Get the word out about it. And what I want to get the word out about is Via. Via is one of our. I love it. I take the
we love it
CBD one, which is the Elevate, but I've also been cutting a couple of them in half, and those have been very good too. But if you need a break from the crowded stores and the endless gift list, restore your zen and embrace the natural power of hemp this holiday season with Via. This holiday season, unwind and recharge with Via. Whether you're enjoying a quiet evening at home or embracing the festive cheer, Via's premium THC and THC-free gummies will help you find your perfect holiday balance. Via is well renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies and vapes, THC-A flower, soothing topicals, and calming drops, all crafted with the highest quality hemp sourced from trusted independently owned American farms. And the best part, Via legally ships in nearly all states in the United States in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee. No medical card required. And right now, Via is having a huge holiday sale. For a limited time, you can save up to 25% off site-wide, plus 50% off select items and bundles. And if you're hearing this post-sale, you can still save by using the code RVD for 15% off. So if you're 21 plus, check out our link to Via's website in the description. So like I said, I really like the Flow State one, and you can try that out. But there's so many other ones that you can do, and the gummies are good too. I like them. So this holiday season, gift yourself with some peace of mind. If you're 21, check out the link to Via in our description for a limited time. Like I said, during the holidays, 25% off site-wide, but 50% off select items and bundles. So in this ad post sale, yeah, you can get 15% off too. Use the promo code RVD. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you this holiday season. Enhance your everyday with Via. So there we go. And like Rob said earlier in the show, Greek Glass was in Las Vegas, and they got together with Rob, and they did a big promotion. So you can go to GreekGlass.com or RVD420.com and get your own special RVD glass, and you can smoke along with RVD. And it's really, really cool, high quality glass work. They do an amazing job. Here's a couple images right here. Boom, check that one out. That's the Tiger one.
Yes. Yeah, when you hold one of those things, you can't help but just kind of picture, like, because it's so thick and heavy, you kind of picture like, man, that would fuck someone up if I hit them over the head with this.
How about that, right? So you guys can go to RVD420.com and get your own Greek glass there. Also, before we continue on to, let me just get a little plug about a new merchandise. I got a new item. Dang it, I didn't put it up on the freaking thing here. Yes, but go to 1tsport.com and you can check out some new RVD merch. As you see right there is a crew neck sweater. You got the dragon tee, and look at this. I just made this today. Boom. Get the RVD beanie. It's with the old ECW style. So go to 1truesport/collection/RVD. You can check out all the merch for Rob. Help support Rob and help support the show. We got to get the word out about the merch. So cool. Rob, you wanted to talk about something a little bit that we discussed through text throughout the day today. How do you want to go about it? So I have the clips, like I said, or you can kind of get the word out about it starting off.
Looking at the chat room real quick and just grabbed something here. I just wanted to tell Mackenzie that my outfit designs come from both myself and Joe Holland. A lot of times he'll just have an idea and I'll have no idea. And so he'll just come up with it himself. Sometimes I'll have a pretty clear idea of what I want and tell him. And sometimes I'll just have a little bit of an idea. And I'm thinking of this and then he puts it together after that. So that's how it happens. A lot of times it's more often than not, he has the creativity and the artistic freedom to take liberties. So
heck yeah.
Joe's the man.
He's the man for
He
sure.
has a GoFundMe too. I don't know if we should put that up there, dude.
That's what I was wondering too, because I saw it's for his wife, correct? And
Yep.
You can help support her. I'll be sure to include this in that link in the episode this week. If you want to support Joe Holland.
It's not something to just go bring up right now for the show to show the 6,300 people.
I could. Let me see if I can find it. Because if I able to, I can pop it right up. Let's see. GoFundMe. Let me see if it pops. Oh, dang it. I got rid of my cookies.
Cookies, bagels.
Man.
Yeah, so Oh yeah, I showed you. We opened the box last week. I got my WWE ring back, so that's cool.
right.
Man, I
Yeah.
don't remember it ever looking that good. It looks
Rock solid, huh?
be careful with it now. Like no more push-ups on my knuckles on the floor while I'm wearing the ring.
Are you gonna still wear it to like all the events, you think, or are you gonna be selective in that one too?
Nah, I'll wear it to the events. That's what it's for.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. No doubt about it. All right. Yes, so I have it here. Let me see if I can pull up the share screen
I
again.
might wear it to the UFC tomorrow.
Ooh.
I just wear my wrestling gear tomorrow too.
Ooh, really?
Tape up. Put my shin
Yeah,
pads.
why not? You never know. Always bring your gear.
That's what you think when you're a kid. Like, man,
Yeah.
if I was him, I would just be like that. I'd wear my belt everywhere.
Carry that all around. But here it is, guys. If you want to support Joe Holland and his wife, you can do that. Support Wendy's battle with cancer. They're raising a $4,220 raise. Help them get to the goal. I will be sure to post the link, like I said, in the thing, in the description below and on the podcast stuff. So if you're watching afterwards, be sure to take a look and see if you can help support them. Be a big help. So,
there's Joe, the Elvis looking
yep, there he is right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a ways to go, and she's in the medical field. She's like a nurse, so for years, whenever I need help, I will call and ask her, her advice on different stuff. And now, man, she's got, as you can read, she's got a big long laundry list of stuff that's gone bad on her, including stage 4 cancer. So she's fighting all that right now. And so thanks for putting that out there, dude. That's good to
absolutely. Yeah, definitely get the word out about it. And be sure to send some help if you can, or at least share the GoFundMe if you're able to as well, and help get the word out. So prayers for Wendy and Joe for sure. So
cool. And as for the other thing, if you could play the video of him talking about professionalism first.
Okay. Do you want to give it any setup, or just want me to play it and then?
No, I just saw this video today, and we're going to show it to you, and then I'm going to respond to it.
All right. So here we go, guys. This is from
patient.
Yep. This is from Monty and the Pharaoh. So this sounds like a DJ morning show. Like
they might be annoying, but be patient. Be patient. It won't be long.
Yeah, here we go, guys. Ready?
And the shades on and everything.
And again, I want to make sure that he understands these are just questions that people want to hear, because he's a big time player in the industry. He's a huge player in this industry.
Not for nothing, Dylan's kind of mysterious, so it's pretty cool to have him on. He's got the little bit of that mysterious factor.
Here's the problem.
Yeah, that's so this is setting up here.
Problem, Jimmy. Dylan has a lot of problems with agents, and I'm trying to give him the forum to speak out about. He doesn't have to call anybody out, but what needs to change in the industry, Dylan, that you feel that it has to become a better place?
Professionalism. I think it's wrong when people go out and they, like this past week, I can't tell you how many times I saw photos of Sid available for sale, even including the day he died, the day he took his final breath.
Right.
We're out there making money. I don't think, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's a good business tactic to,
Let me ask you this.
You're not going to get rich off of it.
That's very fair.
You're doing is getting a hearse and looking unprofessional.
I've seen that done all across the board in memorabilia, Mike. I have.
Well,
that's the clip I have. So
okay, cool. Yeah. So obviously he's talking about Sid Vicious, and he was asked what needs to change in the business, talking about our business, wrestling business, or maybe autograph business. And he took that question and chose to say professionalism. I want to talk about that from a couple different angles. But first off, just for the possibly thought-provoking reason, I want to explain why I don't agree with him. Because he's butthurt that people were selling Sid Vicious pictures when he died and saying on there, saying somewhere that, you're not going to be able to get this anymore, his autograph or whatever. And he seems hurt over that. And he said, come on, man. I mean, there's better ways to do. I just got to say, honestly, I don't see the problem with that. Mm-hmm. I don't. And, so for what it's worth, if I was to die and people were to sell photos of me right away, put them out online, get them while they're hot, and say, limited supply of autographs, you're not going to be able to get them anymore. I don't see why I should be offended by that. So I just wanted to comment on that first off, because the radio hosts, although their whole demeanor is just to placate him anyway, but they're like, oh yeah, of course, I hear what you're saying. Of course, for the record, I don't feel the same way.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
No, I think you raise a good point too. It's just like, it's the fact that like somebody passes away and the autographs or memorabilia gets sold. I just think that goes with the territory of like, hey, yeah, I have this action figure that's signed by this person that passed away, or I have this album that's signed by this person. It's not like that person has a sentimental attachment to it or like it meaning to somebody else. It's just like, yeah, people will buy it because they like that person, because they will have sentimental value out of it if they bought it. I want Sid's autograph. It would be great to have. I'm sad he's passed away. So let's just name the game with that, I think,
All right. Well, y'all have permission but not to bootleg and rip me off like a lot of you guys do anyway, like those stuffies from England, I guess, or wherever they come from that everybody has that I never okayed. All right. But so anyway, so there's that. And then also, by the way, this guy that's talking is Dylan, and Mr. Dylan was my agent for a long time. We did a lot of shows, autograph shows together. And so like when I first heard that, what you just heard today, my first thought was that I wanted to speak up and say, how can you say professionalism is what's missing out there when you and your dad ripped me off, told me you're quitting the business, and then you're still somehow in the business, like still running shows? Like, how is that? So anyway, I think what is missing in the business that would make it better would be contracts, for one, deposits, because I always work for a deposit. But when I asked Bobby, his dad, for Bobby Fulton, for a deposit, that when I first started working for him, he said the same thing that he says about contracts. He says, no, I don't do them, but you never have to worry about me fucking you. All right, cool. Now, fast forward, and this is a question to Dylan. Like, how do you call yourself professional? And if so, how, when you ripped me off WrestleMania weekend in Philly, you made me fight and do my own investigation to prove that you owed me money, and then you said you and your dad said that you would pay me over the next several weeks at these shows, but instead of paying me, you shorted me, and then you shorted me again. How, if you do you call yourself professional? Well, I saw that the video was posted 2 months ago, even though it's got 38 views. But that's beside the point. And maybe I was 39 views. But 2 months ago, and I don't know how long before that it was recorded, but as me and Dom, because Dominic was there, we're realizing it was SummerSlam that they shorted me the second time. And so that was way back in August, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that was when it came time for Bobby and Dylan are one, because Dylan ripped me off, but it was Bobby that said that I'd be getting paid overtime. But then did Dylan write that dead off? Because I got your message, Dylan, that you left me, and there is no hatchet to bury. Just pay me what you owe me, and then we're cool. But I don't expect to get it, but that is the score whenever it comes to me and you or your dad. And so anyway, I'm thinking this video was probably old because he says some other stuff about me as well, as if we're still currently working together. How this could be before August, who knows? I don't know. They can repost old shit. But there's a couple other times where Dylan talks about me as well. And so, let's first off play that. Dylan's a little bit in the news because he puts himself out there and he loves the drama. This is an open invite. If you're watching this, Dylan, text me and I'll put your info through to Dominic and we'll have you on the air. And then you can explain how you can say professionalism is what's needed out there, and then screw me over. By the way, you shorted the waitress at that place at the casino as well in the back room because that wasn't included like the front one was, and you knew that, but that's cool. But anyway, worse yet, you shorted me and then shorted me and then shorted me. And so I'm asking like what you say to that. And if you're going to say, well, RVD didn't draw, well, you already said, well, I could bring you out in the middle of a field and draw. You know that? So, you play the other video.
Yep.
Convo.
So this is just audio. This is with the Duke. So this is the actual one that had 38 views, was this Duke wrestling one. So let's pull that up if I can find it. Here it is. So this is all audio, guys. So if you're tuning in, here it is.
Do you have anyone that has had a 30, 25, 40-year career inside of professional wrestling that was featured on WWE, WCW, Impact, AEW, whatever it may be, that has a remark that they have said about me?
Other than Devon Dudley?
Other than Devon Dudley.
And other than whatever that was with Sting?
Yeah.
No. I will say flat out.
Hold on, I get to talk. You don't have that. You want to know why? Because you sat here and lied to us when you said, and you addressed me and trashed me and everything, and you lied today, sir. You lied today, and I want this to be on your podcast because I'm going to put it out on Facebook. You lied by saying that people only work with me because of my father and all this bullshit. Nah. My father may have helped me open a couple of doors. Yeah, but he did that with Sting. Helped me open a door with Sting and several other people, right?
You're telling the story. I can't say right to that.
For the last couple of years, I'm going to talk now. For the last couple of years, I became my own man. I do my own thing. Dad opened the door with RVD, right? Guess what it was my thing to do, though? Whether I was going to keep the door open or whether I was going to let the door slam shut, right?
Close it.
I do good business. Every time I bring Rob Van Dam out, it's good business. Every time I bring out, when I've worked with Bret Hart, it was good business. When I worked with all these other talent, good business. Success speaks for itself when there's people continuously working with us, right?
Absolutely.
And they're not guys looking for money. Rob Van Dam does not need the money. I've been told that before. Oh, they only work for you because they need a couple of dollars. That's not true. These people don't need the money. Rob Van Dam's still featured on All Elite Wrestling, still featured all throughout the world and stuff. So for you to have said what you said, and go and say, well, these talents say this talent does this. Other than Devon Dudley, who really, guess what? He wasn't private in the situation himself. He had no knowledge of what he was talking about, really. Do you have anyone that has had a 30, 25, 40-year career inside a professional?
What's that?
I think I think it looped back around. Yeah.
Okay. So, the fact that I saw was old, all of a sudden I was like, well, okay. I mean, I don't want to say, how can you call yourself professional if maybe you don't call yourself professional? I don't know. If you do, then I still want to know how, but here, I forgot what I was going to say. Damn.
Was it calling yourself professional? Was it the fact?
Okay, here's what it is. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, y'all. Got a lot on my mind. So anyway, I was thinking, if this is old, then there's no reason to comment on it. It's not like he's out there now, saying all this stuff. But then I see this poster for a wrestling show for December 14th that him and his dad appear to be running. Look at this. It's a WrestleMania. Everybody in the industry is there.
There's a lot of folks on there.
December to remember. Yep. I was going to call and just make sure that the show was on, but there's no number or anything. But you said, you heard.
I reached out to figure it out. Yeah.
Wait, put that back up there.
Sure.
There was. Oh no, it does have Rob Van Dam. Oh no, that's off of it. That's on you. Doesn't it somewhere on here? Doesn't it say Dylan Hines promotion? I see the Big Time Wrestling at the top.
Big Time. I'm trying to see if there's Dylan Hines on there.
Maybe that was a different one I saw.
It might have been a different one. Yeah, it might have been a different one.
All right. So anyway, I feel now obligated just because I see that there's footage out there and a whole 38 people saw it that that Dylan is using my name to establish his credibility, then I feel obligated to let everyone know, hey, if you're taking bookings from this guy because he's saying that he booked Rob Van Dam, and if that's making him a big shot and that's why you want to work with him, then I got to tell you the rest of the story. I don't work with him because he screwed me over. And then his dad screwed me over. And then his dad screwed me over again. And then they said they're quitting. Instead of paying me, they're quitting. They're done with the business. Or Bobby is the dad. Dylan, he always is quitting every other week and whatever. But he's quitting. But now he's running this WrestleMania. And I saw Dylan's got Hulk Hogan booked, allegedly, doing a private signing somewhere. So I just want to say for the record, for anybody listening that thinks since RVD approves it, it's cool. No, RVD does not approve it.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, just be on the lookout. Good warning issue out there. And yeah. Ooh, boy. Yeah. What a business, huh? Jeez.
Yeah. Not out here crying, but that inspired me when I saw the video of him standing up for his business ethics, and and using my name, and so I just want to set the record straight. Have to,
Right.
That's all. So thanks for letting me get that off my chest.
Hey, no problem.
And we'll talk about it more if little Dilly, silly Dilly happens to respond, which I can't imagine, but I definitely could go on and on, but I don't need to. And it was, like Devon had issues with him. He was like, man, how can you stand working with that guy? And there's been allegations with some females, and maybe he got beat up and shit his pants. But anyway, through all of that, I have a lot of patience. Just like when I rode in the car with Sean Stasiak for so long, people would say, doesn't he drive you nuts? No offense, Sean, brother. And I'd be like, nah, if he's keeps talking about his match or whatever, I'll just tell him shut up and spark up, and he will. So in the same fashion, the fuck was I talking about? I'm losing my train of thought.
That Dylan, that you're a man that you don't take things like that personally or something like that. You can detach yourself from that. Basically, I think what you're saying, because you're just because you were talking about he might have done some stuff like with allegedly.
Oh, thank you. I'm back on track, yo. I fell off twice, but I'm back on. What I was trying to get to was that I was able to work with him. I have a lot of patience. I know that he has special circumstances that require extra patience, and so I was able to hang in there a long time and didn't really have a problem with it until I did, and then and then he screwed me over, and then screwed me over, and screwed me over, and then so now again, for the record, we don't work together. Everyone else that's at this show, good luck. I know you didn't get a deposit or sign a contract, so good luck.
There you go. Yeah, best of luck, everybody.
And if you want to respond, Dylan, to that, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah, we can.
And Bobby would be there too, because everywhere Dylan goes, I think Bobby follows up to back him up. Which whatever, dude. Whatever. Wish everybody the best. Just not using my name to.
There you go. Right.
Get over on everybody.
That's it. Well, cool. We got a super chat that popped in here while we were talking, or that was actually before, but we got Manu Fernandez. What is that pen? I don't know what pens are, but thank you for that, whatever it is. RVD, who are your favorite MMA fighters?
Ooh, John Jones.
Ooh, he's good.
I mean, isn't he like pretty much the best in the world?
Yeah, he's a world beater.
I always liked. This has been a while, but George St. Pierre, I always liked him, and I like Matt Sierra, Matt Hughes also. But John Jones is my favorite, and he's exciting to watch. He comes at you with a bunch of different styles. He might be crawling, on his hands and feet one time, and another time be flying at you from up. That's why he wins his matches. He's awesome. So I don't know some of the current guys that are really crushing it right now by name, because I haven't watched and followed it in a bit. I love it when Brock is fighting UFC, and I would watch that, get a ticket, pay for it like anytime. But that's probably not going to happen again. Was it Alex Pierre? I know Diego Sanchez. He's cool. And Tito, he's funny. If you haven't seen Tito do interviews on YouTube, he's funny. He also, by the way, has Cantina in Arizona. I kind of want to go check that out and visit it because we want to have a bar VD here.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, that's a good idea. Do some R&D a little.
Looks like he's doing it. He's doing it. Bret Hart's doing it.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Bret Hart's got a bar, and I heard really good things about it.
Yeah, and of course Hogan and Florida. But anyway, that's awesome. A really cool thing. And I don't go to Arizona too often, but I would like to check that out. So here's a free plug for Tito. Tito's Cantina.
check it out if you're in Arizona, guys. Check it out. There's a lot of good MMA fighters. I like George St. Pierre a lot. Stipe. I like who's the one I was just thinking of too that I like? Dang it. Oh, Frankie Edgar. He went to my college.
Oh, okay, I'm not sure who that guy is.
He's like a littler guy.
Oh, okay.
And I mean that he's bigger than me still, but but nonetheless.
I feel about Chael Sonnen.
Oh, Chael Sonnen, he's good too. Yeah.
Really good fighter. Do you ever listen to his podcast?
No, I've listened to him commentate though. I think do analytical stuff, and I thought it was really good. I like. So I never listened to his podcast though. It's pretty good.
Oh, he has a big following and stuff, but I feel like he's yelling at me, so I can't. So I usually don't stay for too long.
All right, I got my fill.
I mean, it comes across to me more like you're not gonna win matches doing it that way. Here's the way that's how it comes across to me. Yeah. So. But he's really into CJ Cooper, the guy that hijacked the airplane, and I'd be saying his name wrong. I hope not. But anyway, guy hijacked the airplane and jumped out the parachute, and it's been an unsolved mystery forever and ever. And one time he said that he's got inside information to it, and that's when I started paying attention to his podcast.
Oh yeah, that's a fascinating story. I haven't heard that story in a while though. That's
he got the parachute from the federal government, so the feds already know what kind it is. They know what to look for.
That's a great impression. Oh, BP Cooper. Somebody said BP Cooper.
Is that what it is?
I think it's that. That's what
I said. CJ. I guess I was thinking CJ because I was thinking of the Dylan story. CJ Perry. What? Oh, we didn't even talk about that. Oh, hey, that's not necessary.
Oh boy. Well, hey guys. Well, stay tuned next week because you never know what could happen. But be sure to, like I said, sign up for onlywrestlers.com. Get there.
Yes. And then on Wednesday, we're looking forward to doing the first ever live stream on Only Wrestlers in the community chat room center. And we want everyone to come in so we can have our official kickoff convo.
Heck yeah. December 11th, Wednesday. I believe that's Wednesday, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You are correct.
Join on in and get ready. Do you know what time that is? Starts at, Rob, or is it?
Do you know what time it is, baby? She's going to check because we have a graphic.
All right. Heck yeah. And I'll be sure to share that too on our social media accounts and stuff as well.
It was either that or push it back to the next week because it's my birthday. And so we're thinking about coordinating it and having it be like a birthday blowout fucking extravaganza. I don't even know what that means, but anyway, trying to coordinate it. But this way it's gonna work out better.
It's at 9 p.m. Central Time.
I don't know what the fuck Central Time is. Do you?
So that would be that'd be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m.
7 p.m. here then. All right.
7 p.m. there, yeah.
Almost had to ask my phone. So much trouble.
I'm so used to traveling to Chicago that I know that's Central Time now. So that got instilled in my brain. But yes, so next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Time or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can join in with Rob and Katie live on the community chat. Be sure to do that.
Yeah, and first and many, because eventually, as I've said, we want to be able to do podcasts on there and stuff. I don't even know if we have the whatever you need, because doing a live stream is different, right? We're doing a live stream though.
We're doing a live stream, and it's their stream.
But what about having all these graphics on there and shit like that? Is that something that you could do doing a live stream in a chat room?
Possibly. I'm not sure. I'd have to log in and try to do a chat room thing, maybe on my own. From my account, like from my Only Wrestlers account, would I be able to try and test that out? Because maybe we could. I don't know.
We had to, my partners manually approve which like talent, and then not everybody automatically got approved to automatically go in it.
Okay, so maybe It might take some experimentation, but there might be a way to do it. I'm not
always learning, always growing, and we're doing it together.
Yeah, that's it. We're in this together, guys. So thank you for being together with us. And yes, get the word out about Only Wrestlers. Get the word out about rvdtv.com, rvd420.com. Be sure to hit that up. And go to 1tsport.com as well for all the merchandise stuff we got cooking, and enjoy everything. Oh, and Rob, you still got rolling papers too on your website? Is that something people can do?
I do have RVD rolling. Well, these are, they're on, they're right, robvandam.com. You can go there, and then it'll send you to my eBay dude. But pretty soon, by Wednesday, I'm going to build up the store on my profile at Only Wrestlers, and that'll be the only place where you can get shit actually personalized, autographed to you, because there's not a way to do it anywhere else, because other people mail stuff for me and I can sign it before they get it and you order it, but it's not going to say to you. But anyway, going through the extra trouble for a very limited supply of stuff, action figures, Funko Pops, and yes, even rolling papers. And so I'll be able to write, to Dominic, bam. Be the only place you can do that, unless you see me live at a signing or anywhere, and you come up to me. I might be cool enough to do it to you, but I won't have the merchandise on me. I can pretty much guarantee that. Oh, even the T-shirts, I got cool T-shirts that I'm going to put up there.
Heck yeah.
So by Wednesday, I'm going to have my store decked out. That's on my plans. We're having fun with it.
Yeah, got it. It's a cool ride, and you guys can hop on the ride. OnlyWrestlers.com. Sign on up.
Also, very soon, but not quite this soon. Hey, where's the RVD? Oh. I'm going to have – whoa.
Oh, you're good.
Earthquake. Maybe by Wednesday, but I don't know. But I'm going to have RVD lighters.
Oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
And this isn't actually a sample of one. This is actually just an RVD lighter. I have a lot of them with different pictures on them. But the one I designed for the big lighter that is in process of being sent to me, really cool. And I don't want to ruin the surprise, but did I already show you? Or no?
No, you haven't shown me.
Okay.
That's the first I've heard about it. That's awesome.
So yeah, but if that comes in time, I'll throw those up there too. But cool fucking little gift pack, right? Rolling papers and the lighter.
Dude, you can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Next thing will have to be an ashtray, I think.
Ooh.
That's what I was when I was at the MJ Con. I was thinking about that. That'd be pretty cool. Then you got a whole set, pretty much.
Yeah. Then you're made in the shade, right?
Ashtray's not necessary, especially if you're outside. The ground doesn't mind marijuana ashes, but if you're inside on someone's carpet, sometimes they get pissed about stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a good conversation piece too. Either way,
yes.
Put it on the coffee table. That's it.
Actually, I told the Greek glass guys if they want to make a glass one to do it, and if they don't, I'm going to. There
you go. Boom.
Yeah.
Get the word out. Get the word out, guys. Well, cool. There it is. There's this week's episode. A good one in the books. We'll learn a lot. And look at that roll. Man. Was that a D roll or is that a U roll?
That's a me roll.
That's a U roll. Nice stuff.
Not too bad. I still got to put the filter in it, but pretty good shape all the way through. I'm pleased.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. That'll do it for us. We'll see you next time here on One of a Kind with who? RVD.
Yeah, what he said. Awesome, man.